So we've got, I would say, in the pipe. Well, not in the pipeline. Agreed. We've got between 70 and 80 rent to rents. That is units. Yeah. But we've also got 14 units that we're purchasing. So by I would say 2 months, or maybe 3 months at a push with the purchasers, we're going to have over 100 units.
So welcome everybody. We are back for a transformational Tuesday. Why is this so important? I'll tell you why it's so important, because isn't it good to hear people's triumphs, challenges, problems, but also ultimately let's be inspired by other people's success. And it doesn't just happen through technical or business data. It happens through a transformation. So thank you for being here, watching this episode of Transformational Tuesday. I have some people who you may recognize if you've been following real life and all the people that have been getting extreme results over the past, year and couple of years. We have Justin and we have Rae. Awesome to have you back on this program.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us back again. We feel privileged.
Yeah, we're honoured.
Well, being privileged indeed, because, the people who we invite on Transformational Tuesday, they are people who are transformed. Yeah, and being transformed by definition means that you become a more complex structure. That's what transformation is. You're able to take on more because you can deal with more because you are more yourself. And since last time we spoke with you, your results have continued to soar. There's been no plateau at all. So I think it's your duty, it's my duty, it's the duty of the viewers here to be interested and share this information. Yeah. So when you first, let's have a recap. When you first started, you had a few properties using the strategy of rent to rent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we started, was it September 2018?
Rent to rent, yeah.
Rent to rent. And I think we had 3, maybe 4 properties when we joined Real Life. And that was in the June of 2019, was it? Or July?
Mm-hmm.
July we went to the one-day course. So it's not even been a year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's not even been a year since you joined Real Life, yeah? Okay, good. So so what happened when let's just have a quick review. What happened when you first joined Real Life? What was your view on everything? Because, let's just bear all. We're not here to kind of sugarcoat it and say, oh, it's just the best thing since sliced bread. It may be, and it probably is, but let's just give it to the people raw. Like, what did you think when you first, seeing, well, you tell me, did you see us online first? What was the situation?
So I've told this story before. I actually had you and Trisha on my Facebook, and this is before Rae was even into property, and you two was just getting started, and the results were coming in, and I'm thinking, wow, these guys are smashing it. So I was with an ex-business partner at the time, and yeah, we set up a call with you and Trisha, and you guys was telling us about the tribe, about Real Life, and we didn't do it, and that was a massive regret. But the way I look at it now is everything happens for a reason. We didn't join for a reason. I don't know what it was. But
I'm glad you didn't join, because it weren't with me either.
Yeah, that's true as well. But I have no doubt if I would have joined then, we would have made something from it, because you guys were just smashing it. And then I just seen you more and more and more. I seen that you started getting into the events that you do. And then I said to Rae, I said, look at these. These are smashing it. I think we can do what these are doing. And we'd already been in property a few months at the time. And I had to talk Rae into it, actually, because she didn't even want to go, I don't think.
But you've been in property 10 months for rent to rent. So have you been in property before September 2018?
I wasn't. You had been in talks with a business partner, and they'd purchased a property that fell through. So yeah, Justin was trying to get into it, but he weren't really getting any results until Real Life came along, and I came along and started working with him.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool. So it took you a while to, I don't know, pluck up the courage, come to your senses. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no.
I was skeptical.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
I think I was more, because I'd done the training before with a total different company, and just felt like I'd been ripped off, not really learned anything. And I was very much like, I'm not spending any more money, I'm not going on any more courses. But obviously, how wrong was I?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was so skeptical, and I think there's such a big group out there of people who's in property, who want to succeed, but they are skeptical. They don't want to pay for anything. They don't want to do any courses. They don't want to do any coaching, because in their minds they don't need it. And I was one of them people, until we went to the one-day event, and then I just thought, let's just go for it, man. Let's just try it out and give it our all, and that's what we've done.
Yeah, good. So I think you say in property. I think that in life. Yeah. Because I was the same. You know, it's funny, I just recently started playing the guitar again, and just reminded me of the time when I first started playing the guitar. I was too tired or skeptical that someone wouldn't be able to teach me faster and better, other than what I could just learn off watching YouTube videos and watching them. Now, did I learn how to play just from watching videos? Yes. Now I look back, and since then I've learned a few other things, and I didn't do it just from watching free videos, but it's good. It gives me the insight and it gets me going, and that's what I like about, you know, this is what we do, and this is why we provide a lot of free content, because it gets people going, it gets people moving. But if you want to learn fast, if you want to go far, if you want to make big money, if you want to enjoy it and have fun along the way, then it is good to do it a part of a great team and support network. So, Ray, you I think you'd tell it best. Tell me about when, before real life, where you were actually in property and you were getting a few deals through and you were making it happen. What was it like for you?
Not good. I was still working-ish as a maths teacher, and it was so stressful. We took on 2 properties, rent to rents. I hated it. I remember one day Justin came upstairs and I was crying. I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back to my normal job, where I said, I can come home, I can forget about everything, I've not got anything to worry about, it's stable. I was fed up of tenants ringing me, texting me, worrying about when things went wrong, what do I do, how do I handle it? And that's really why we went on the course, the one-day event, because Justin knew more than anyone. I needed the support and the sort of the mindset help
and the coaching.
And the coaching, because with me, we know rent to rent. That's fine. We can do it day in, day out. But it was how do I handle things? What happens when something goes wrong? And especially during this COVID time, if that happened at the start, oh my God, I would have been a mess. And I was just like, that's it. We replace the tenants, do this, do that, fine. And it was just how you handle it.
Okay, good. So then what was the difference for you? First of all, because people might see some stuff online, and there's 2 things that are definitely obvious. The first thing that's obvious, and this is just based on feedback, this is not me saying it, because sometimes when you're in it, you don't really see what other people see. So the first thing is that people get results. And ultimately, that's what people want, right? So that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that's one thing that's different to a lot of other things. The other thing that is different is the way we do it. Sometimes from the outside might look a little bit, I don't know, what would you call it?
Crazy?
Yeah, crazy. People get huge results, and some people don't know how. Like, I've seen some people post on some of the comments and on some of the statuses of real life and say, oh, how did you get that GDV? That's not possible. You can't do that. And all that. And I've seen it myself, and I know the people who have actually commented it. So I think to some people it seems like maybe far-fetched or crazy, but it's not. It's happened.
It's just normal.
Yeah. So what would you say to people based on your experience now, who may be looking from the outside, who might be looking to create some success like yours, which we're going to get onto in a moment, because I think what you've done, how you're doing it as well, and the things that you have worked through, this is going to be super important for people to understand this stuff. Yeah, so stay tuned. And if you want more of this, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because there's people all over that are producing results like this, and it's because we're all part of the same team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say to people who might be on the outside, let's call it, just viewing things online, seeing a bit here, seeing a bit there, a bit of people at events, a bit of people out on site? What would you say to them, or what was your experience of seeing, the results are there, but these people seem a bit loony?
I think when we first went to the one-day event, I did think, oh wow, these people are crazy. I can't be doing these high fives. Like, why is everyone so happy? And I was very shocked. But what you said then about it being a team, that's the most important thing for us, what we've gained out of it and what's helped us along the way. It's not necessarily the mechanics. Like you said, anyone can learn that. It's the team that you build and the friends that you build and the support. So it can be so lonely, and I felt that when we first started. That's the most important thing for me.
I would say if anyone was doing that, looking into it like what I was doing and just looking from afar, wishing I was getting the results like these people and maybe skeptical, thinking it's not true, I would say just to, if you know anyone who's in real life, message them and just ask them what their experience are, and then come to an event, because that just going to an event, that will just change your whole look on it. And yeah, you'll start to realize that you need a piece of it.
Piece of the pie.
Okay, good. So let's talk about some real meaty stuff, meaning like what's been going on for you prior to the COVID situation. Let's lead up to that, and then let's talk about what happened during COVID and since then, and then where you are. So what was happening prior?
Everything was going well,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I mean,
Give us some stats, give us some results. So you joined Real Life July 2019, and then up until up until January, what were your results around to that time?
January we had 10 rent-to-rents that were HMOs, all going fine. We then had one
SA,
rent to SA,
which we just got up and running
before COVID.
Yeah, literally a couple of weeks we got it furnished and ready for the market, and we had a few bookings, which was looking very good, and we was like rubbing our hands in it already. So we had 50 plus units coming up to just before COVID,
and we had 2 purchases that was going through.
Yeah.
Both to be 1 6-bed HMO, 1 7-bed HMO.
Yeah, and there was in the final stages, so all we had to do was exchange on contracts, and we would have had keys for them if COVID wouldn't have come along. So everything was going fine and dandy.
Yeah. So you had over 50 plus units.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff. So then what happened?
Well, the big C word come along, and
I can't say. I don't think it really affected our rent-to-rent business too much. The good thing about our SA was we just did what the tribe told us to do, and we've got contractors in. So it never affected us. Touchwood, our SA was still bringing in about £900 a month profit after we'd paid our investor off. So that was great. We took on 3 more rent-to-rent deals.
During COVID. Yeah, during COVID, we've took on 3, been accepted on 4.
So you took on 3 already, and you've been accepted on 4.
On the 4th.
We've been accepted on the 4th, yeah.
Oh, on the 4th. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Our end of year goal with our coach Claudine was 15 rent-to-rents, and we'll be at 15 this month-ish.
And that was your goal by the end of this year?
Yeah.
And we've achieved that through COVID.
Yeah. Oh, so you set that goal before even COVID come along?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this is so you're like, oh, it didn't really affect our business. So how did you handle it when it came along?
It did affect our business in terms of tenants, because I deal with all the tenant side, and they was texting me, our university's shut, I'm going back home, here's my month's notice. I live in France, and they was all on placements. I had a whole house full, all on placements from France, working in restaurants. They're shut, the government stopped the funding, they're going home. So overall, it was probably about 15 tenants, maybe a bit more over the past month. So it was just a case of the handing the 1 month's notice, and I got new tenants to fill them. I think what Tricia said, if you're out there, there's tenants there. The demand's been higher than ever. I think people have used it maybe as a bit of an excuse, but most people, if they was looking to rent flats, rent apartments, houses, if they're on 80% on furlough, they probably can't afford that anymore. So the next best thing is maybe an ensuite room, a studio room, a double room. So we haven't really had much of a issue.
But you got to be honest, the first week.
Yeah, it was scary.
The first week, it was like, we were running around, we weren't running around head as chickens. It was panic stations. The first couple of days with the tenants texting in, and we were just like,
going on,
thinking of worst case scenarios. And yeah, it was a little bit of a scary time, and it must have been for absolutely anyone because no one knew what was happening.
It's just riding that wave and just dealing with one tenant at a time. We just thought creatively and did things like reduced rents to 80%, and then that will be paid back later date, matching the furlough and things like that. So, but
the support around us as well helped. We know other people doing rent to rent, and because of how many people was in the tribe, when everyone was getting together on a Monday, and you guys were putting on extra masterminds for everyone, like a big support group.
That really helped. That
helped a lot because we had a lot of issues in our heads that we could take to the mastermind and get so many other people's opinions. And that helps a lot as well, yeah.
Yeah, so so after the panic station set in, what did you do? How did you bring us? I know we were putting on, I mean, we have the weekly mastermind, but we were putting on additional support sessions for people who was losing their mind a little bit. Because, I mean, we knew it was going to be cool. I mean, it is what it is. That's the situation. But so how did you bring yourself out of that?
It took me a week. I'll be totally honest now, yeah. It took me 1 full week. The first week it happened on the Monday, it just threw me off. And my mind just wasn't there for 7 days. It was just in a different place and I didn't know what to do. I was watching a lot of TV. I wasn't focusing on setting it right. I wasn't focused on finding tenants, and then something just clicked, and I just remembered everything I've been learning. Like I've started reading books again, and I was attending the masterminds, and I just thought to myself, like, why am I letting this get me down? This is just a little stumbling block. I mean, we can get through this. We can get through anything. So that's what it was for me.
I think we both just took the advice of the tribe. We stopped watching the news. I still now don't have a clue really what's going on about anything. And it's been the best thing because I can't control it and it would just panic me so much. Stopped watching the news, stopped listening to the radio. We stayed in the tribe, not so much on normal Facebook, seeing all the negative comments and just staying around positive people, and sat down with Claudine and we said, help us with our serviced accommodation. What do we need to do? And we just thought logically and got through it all, and we've come out
better.
Yeah. Feeling a lot more positive.
Good. Well, that's good. Yeah, being around the right people is definitely important. And the more people, I read this morning, the more people that you are around that are winning, the more winning that you will get yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So that definitely is going to help you. So tell me, what is your best rent-to-rent story? What's the best deal? What's the best property? What's the creme de la creme? What you've got through your whole journey?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I like
the SA.
Yeah, I like the SA, but if we're not talking about SAs, I like Meadow Lane.
Yeah.
We've built a really good relationship with that landlord.
Yeah, so that was direct to landlord. He received one of our letters. We turned up to the house and it was not nice. He'd received one of our letters, found our numbers, rang us, arranged them.
He was quite sceptical when I think back. He was questioning all people that are really... Name a person he was talking about, I can't remember, saying, oh, you've been reading such and such.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He was just picking people who are into property, or, yeah, you're just reading about this person, oh, I bet you want a passive income, I bet you want financial freedom, don't you? And he wasn't really that nice when we first met him.
No.
Yeah, the property was disgusting. And I know if we wasn't in the tribe, we'd have just left and said, it's not going to work for us, find someone else. But we didn't, did we?
No, the carpet stunk of piss.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
One of the front bedroom, right? Someone had piss on that carpet for a year and just let it just stink. because honestly, it was the worst smell. And even when we took the carpet up,
It still stunk.
you could see the patch on the floorboards, and that still stunk of piss. So there was so much work to do. It needed redecorating throughout. It needed new carpets throughout. It had single glazing windows, and they needed replacing with double glazing. But we negotiated such a good deal that the landlord replaced all the windows for us. He'd done it himself. He painted the whole property himself to a good standard as well, and we didn't contribute towards that. And all we done was carpet and replace the furniture. Yeah, and we've still got that property now. It brings us in around £800 a month.
And it's only 4 beds, so it's so easy to maintain. Really good area, and the landlord still rings us up now.
And he wants to purchase properties with us, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants to invest now with us, and he's got a property that's a single let, and he said, "Oh, can you guys help? I'm in Australia. Can you do it up for me? And Ray, you rent it out to a family. I know you don't normally do it, but I trust you guys more than letting agents." So we've been just working with him, and he said when he gets back, if we find any really big investments, he wants to come on board, don't he?
Great. So okay, that's your best one because you like that story. So what's the best cash flowing one you have?
Ooh, we've got 2. So at the minute, because of Corona, like we mentioned, we've had to drop the prices on the rooms. So at the minute, they're not hitting the maximum rent that they can be. But when we're out of this and previous to this, we've got 2 from the same landlord in a really good area in Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
They're on back-to-back streets. One's called North Road, one's called South Road, and they profit between £950 and £1,100 per month. And we're actually negotiating one now, which is in Leicester, and that will cash flow between £1,100 and £1,300 profit a month after all expenses. So we'll be making more profit on that property than the actual landlord, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, it's value is exchanged for the people who are providing it. So that's awesome.
Glad he's had a property done up and no voids, maintenance. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, you're providing a great product, a great service, and it's win for everybody. So what about the quickest turnaround one, where you've like found something, negotiated it, got the keys, got it ready, got it tenanted?
Oh, I think.
Would you say Denison?
Yeah, probably.
So Denison, we negotiated with the landlord who came down from Birmingham. There was already someone doing rent to rent in the property who's a cowboy and is not good at all. So from a week from getting the keys, this property was really bad. Within 2 weeks, it was fully refurbed, all carpets, all new furniture, decorating throughout, and fully tenanted within 14 days. And we've got before and after pictures of that as well. And I'm actually going to share that again on my Facebook just to show the difference because, it's a crazy turnaround.
And that's another one that landlord was so happy with us. He's passed our number on to another landlord in the same, it's like next door but one. And we take that on the 1st of July.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so not only did you have this awesome turnaround, but like you can replicate it as well.
Yeah,
and you keep replicating it. Okay, good. So what about your what's the worst one?
Oh, that's so easy. That's the first one.
The first one we ever took on. I
think we walked around with our eyes shut because I've never seen. I just don't know what we was thinking at the time.
It was the worst property we've ever taken on, but it was the best property we've ever taken on. It's the one with the most lessons in, and that is why I love that property so much. And we've still got it now. We actually was here earlier.
Changing the shower curtain.
Yeah, but
no, that's the property that I was upstairs crying about because we walked in, we did a viewing and it was our first ever rent-to-rent viewing. I remember Justin said he's got a migraine and I don't even think we properly looked around the place or took any pictures. And then we got it accepted and we went in but separately because Justin was at work. And I walked around and I had that horrible feeling in my stomach like, oh my God, what have we done? We've rented this for 3 years. Our breakout clause weren't till a year. This is horrible. What are we going to do?
It had holes in the wall and everything.
Yeah, it had a massive hole in the wall in the hallway. I remember I was walked in with my mum and my mum stepped over all this plasterboard. Like, I can't believe you took this on. But I never told Justin that I was worrying at the time. And he said, that he'd felt the same. And it weren't until, I think it was about a month later, we'd refurbed it, spent more money than we wanted to, but it was tenanted, we was happy, that we both sat down and said, what did we do? I can't believe we made that work. Because when Justin said it was the best one we ever took on, we learned so much from that one property. And if we didn't have that, we probably wouldn't be where we are now. It set us up.
No,
really,
100%. Yeah, we learned so much, and that's why I love it.
But it's a nice property now. We're not, our tenants aren't in a shithole. It's nice now. We spent a lot of money, more than we wanted to, but
it makes us £700 a month now, so, and it's still up and running.
And it's got all professionals in. One's a neurologist, someone else at the hospital. So really nice people.
Awesome. Yeah. So what is your overall kind of results now to date with everything that happened, what you had when you first started, what you had since real life? You've been pushed, you're hitting massive goals now. So what's your units? Give us some results.
So our units, as from tomorrow, it is going to be 57, but we've agreed on over 70. So we've agreed on 3 more, what we're picking up in July. Ray's been sorting out contracts and stuff today. Yeah. So there's the 2 6-beds.
The Leicester one.
Yeah.
The Denison one. The one tomorrow.
And the other Leicester, the 7-bed in Leicester.
Yeah, and we pick up the keys in September for another one in Nottingham. It's just he don't want to get rid of his tenants, and they stay till September.
Yeah. So we've got, I would say, in the not in the pipeline, agreed. We've got between 70 and 80 rent to rents, that is, units. Yeah. But we've also got 14 units that we're purchasing. So by I would say 2 months, or maybe 3 months at a push with the purchasers, we're going to have over 100 units.
Yeah, we would have had.
Which is scary when you think about it. That's actually, I've never thought about that before. Really.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome. And obviously all the work that you're doing to make sure that it's systemized and run as a proper business, not just, like a hobby or like a mistake. Then that's doing good. So what's the cash flow? Give the people some inspiration.
So when the rent to rents are up and running, it's going to be between 11 and 12k, I'd say, per month, profit per month, and that's without the purchases. So the purchases are looking about 3.5. So by the end of the year, our yearly goal is 20k cash flow per month, and that is going to be smashed. That's easily going to be done.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have about 15k in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So the beauty of this is we can have you back, we can talk more, and we can see the things as you continue, like the follow through. Yeah, the follow through. People can see your journey. People can see your expertise in rent to rent and how you're utilizing all of your resources within real life, and the coaching and the training and the mentoring and all the products, packages, the facilitation, the programs that we provide. You make a maximum use of it. And the proof is in the pudding, because you're generating these results and you're having a lot of fun doing it. So what else was the good news? Now you've generated all this cash flow.
I've quit. I do it full time. I'm a full-time professional property investor.
I don't know about professional.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm full-time now. I absolutely love it. So that's happened since our last call. So since the last call, I was saying to you, no, it was face-to-face actually. I was saying, look, I want to quit and do it full-time. Yeah. And you was asking me why and stuff like this. And I was saying we've got goals in place to make it so I am full-time. And it feels good that this time that we're talking, I've hit them goals and I am now doing it full-time. So I'm no longer a tradesman. I'm no longer picking up my tools and going into houses that I don't want to be in. And I just do this 24/7 now, don't I?
Awesome. So what advice would you give people around rent to rent and what it can bring to you versus what it takes to put in to make it happen?
I think the advice is that to start with, it is a lot of groundwork. You've got to just get through that and see the benefits. The best thing that we did is what we did with our coach Claudine. She said, reward yourself after you get to a certain point. So we said 9 rent to rents, we buy a new car. 15 rent to rents, we start planning our wedding, and so on, and things like that. Yeah, Justin's hating it because now we're nearly at 15 rent to rents.
I didn't think it was going to happen so soon, but now I'm starting to regret that goal.
That's my best bit of advice.
Is that why you stayed in your job so long?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I was turning deals down just because I didn't want to start planning the wedding. But my advice would be to just absolutely do it. So to learn the mechanics of it, and once you've learned the mechanics of it, get someone who can hold you accountable and push you to your goals, because you're going to need someone there. And then just fucking do it. And if you've got the thing is, if you've got someone there telling you your deals are good and helping you through deals and all of this, there's less, you're doing the right thing. So just don't hold back. Don't think you can't do it and there's too much competition, because that is not the case. Just go for it, man.
The best thing that we did, the best bit of advice was, when we look back at it, maybe we was a little bit naive, but we didn't really think about the what ifs. We just jumped in, said yes, and we learned how to do it as we was doing it. And that was the best thing we did, especially with that terrible one we took on to start with.
Yeah, it's paid off.
Yeah.
So any kind of last words to inspire people, so they, because people, property is a vehicle, right? And everybody needs to choose their vehicle. Whatever it is they do, there's always going to be a technical side, and then there's going to be, like, I like to call it the transformational side. Other people might say personal development, or you got mindset, or you got to work on whatever it is. So there's the technical and the business development, then there's a transformational work. Yeah, what words would you give people just to inspire them to, go out there, follow their dream, and do whatever it is they love doing?
I knew you was going to look at me like you say something.
I would say just find the vehicle that you want to use to get you to your goals and where you want to be. Find the right people to have around you who will support what you want to do and support your goals and support your dreams and push you towards them. And then just go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose? Just be open. Don't have much resistance. Just if you're doing something where someone's already done it and you're following the footsteps of other people, it works. Yeah. So just take all advice and just be open and just put 110% in and take action.
Yeah, I agree. Everything that you've just said, just do it. Jump straight into it. Learn how you do it on the way, and just think, what's the worst that can happen? That kept me going a lot through the COVID thing. Can I handle it? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Yeah, we can move on. We're all right.
Yeah, so I suppose a lot of it just boils down to your mindset. Get your mind in the right place and everything else will follow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Just before we wrap it up, I can see something in the background there.
Oh.
Yeah. So, so I know you was having a debate whether you was a professional property investor or not, but definitely you're an award-winning property investor. Yeah.
We actually have put this on our, we send a rent-to-rent letter out to the landlords off the HMO register, and on the back is a picture of me and Justin with a bit about ourselves, and it says we're award winners.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Of course, that is a real life accolade. Yeah, so good job on that. That was presented to you at the Real Life Awards, which is an annual gathering, which is totally amazing for all the tribe members that want to come down. I'm really looking forward, and I'm glad that this situation seems to be clearing up. But anyway, we'll find a way to make sure that it all is good, playing within the rules. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, your inspirations with me and with everybody who's watching here. So if you like this video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notifications bell, and you put some comments in here. The more people if you think this is valuable, the more you comment, the more you hit that like button, the more people this video will be shown to by the social media platforms. So please do make sure you do that. And guys, there's just one last thing I want to say. Yeah, and you must never forget this. You must never forget that you got to do the right thing for the right reason.
That's the only way you'll discover
your true potential, baby. Thank you for having us.
Good job. Thank you so much. And we'll see everybody again soon.